Hello everyone, I'm joined by Phil again.
I do.
We are at Kirkby Central Station, which was where we pretty much ended the last video, and we're going to stomp up following. Let's get Rail Map Online out, let's do that.
Okay, just a short one. So let's take a look at Rail Map Online. We're starting off at the bottom left there at Kirkby and Ashfield Central Station. We're following that great central blue line all the way up through an infilled cutting until we get to the edge of Kirkby Summit pit tip. We go round that, and then unfortunately the A38 decimates the track bed. So we kind of have to come on and off until we get to Sutton in Ashfield Central Station. We'll see what remains are left there, and then we follow an embankment just beyond that, just at the edge of the A38, where there are some remains, we think, and then we finish up just at the edge of Kingsmill Reservoir.
1, 2, 3, 4. Intuition, call it what you want, but I got feelings. Sounds like that. I've been pacing, trying patience. Start to take a chance on what I believe in.
Need to stop meeting like this, and then by the fifth time it's just awkward, isn't it? Once we get to the top here to the road, it's all infilled, but you can walk it. But as Phil's been telling me, there's not many remains really because it's all infilled.
At least it's still here, albeit filled in. I mean, for a place like Kirkby, which is quite developed, it's surprising it wasn't built over, but just really long stretch, almost still there, just filled in. So it's not too bad a survivor, really.
Yeah, it's a nice afternoon stomp. Okay, so we've come across the road, which was a bridge. Obviously the railway was in a deep cutting now, which is all long filled in. So we'll follow this up until we get to the pit tip of Kirkby Summit Colliery. Okay, so what are you saying there, Phil, mate?
Well, I'm just looking, down there on New Line Road, that was, if you look at the level that the railway used to run into Centre Station compared to what it is here, this must have been one hell of a deep cutting.
Yeah.
If you turn around that way, it's obviously been thinned out a bit, but this was serious deep cutting, this was.
These houses are all original, aren't they? The roads are original, so it must have just have gone bang.
Yeah, nothing had to be shifted, they just filled it in. Even the pavement looks like it's exactly the same spot, it just filled in and they moved on. But of course there's quite a bit to the left there, look, that they filled in, that we don't really see because we're just walking where the path alignment is. So fairly wide as well, two tracks.
Okay, so we're still on the track bed now of the Great Central. Was the Mansfield Railway, became the Great Central. We're just going to the left of the pit tip of Summit Colliery, so we'll be able to have a little look at that. We'll carry on through all the way to Sutton Central Station, and then what we'll do is we're going to make another video. We'll come back and we'll start off then on the red line, which is the Great Northern, and we'll follow that all the way through up to Skegby. Okay, so Kirkby Colliery, or Summit Colliery as it was known, is on the other side of that. The remains are. This is the spoil heap. It's huge, isn't it?
This is massive, it's one of the biggest ones, yeah, definitely.
So it started raining, but when that eases I'll try and get the drone up and get some footage of this pit tip. It's raining now, it's a bit grim to be honest. But this line, this Great Central line, was built in 1917, so it's a real latecomer, isn't it? And I couldn't find it on lots of the maps, which I was finding really confusing. And at the end of this we'll get to Sutton Central Station, and when you get there, if you're in this area, you've probably driven past it loads of times on the A38. I did, and I saw what I thought, we'll soon find out, but I thought was a signal stanchion. So I was straight on that side-by-side maps, but I was looking at one of the old maps and so there's nothing there. I was like, oh mate, I swear that was a railway. When you look at the later maps, it was. So it was built in 1917 and it was gone. It's gone by 1968, so not much of a life at all really. Okay, so we're leaving that track bed now for a bit because the road goes right through it. So you've got the A38 there, so if anyone's local, I've just stung myself wearing shorts again. The A38 is that road there, so that decimates the track bed, it goes off, which is a bit annoying, so we have to kind of cut round it. Okay, we're on the track bed now of the old Great Central, and as you can hear, it's pretty grim. It's the A38 now, so obviously nothing remains. So this is what was the cutting. So this is the Great Northern Railway coming across. That's the one we're going to walk a little bit later on. Yeah. Goes across there and into Sutton Town Station. And we're going to carry on down to Sutton Central. So here, Phil's telling me there was a tunnel here that went under the branch line, the Midland branch line that went into another Sutton station, and then it went under that road and then came out pretty much at Sutton Central Station. So we're coming up to Central Station now. Sorry for the noise, obviously we're right next to a busy dual carriageway. There's a station house here somewhere as well, and there's Station Master's house, I think. There you go, Station Master's house, always L-shaped. Don't want to obviously film too much of someone's property, but it's a signature, isn't it? And this would have been the entrance to the station.
Yeah.
So let's have a look what's down there. Phil was saying that the station buildings remained here till, would you say, the 80s or 90s?
Yeah, I used to just have a quick drive down this drive in my car, because the station structures on the platform were kept by an amazing coincidence on the right hand side of the platform, and I think they used to chuck all, I don't know, bits and bobs related to the factory in it, and they used it to store things in it, and then they just got rid of it.
Let me come here. So it's come out of here. Is there anything underneath? I can't really see very well. I think the railway would have come under here. This was the station there, and then it went on to Mansfield. Yeah, just beyond Sutton Central Station. There's the A38 going over the top there. The line came over here. Very few remains of this line, unfortunately. But once you go up here, there are a few bits and bobs. Unfortunately, you know, like I was saying, there's not a lot left of this Great Central line. Apart from this section, really, innit? There's not a lot else, really.
This is rare surviving, to be honest with you. I mean, bearing in mind A38 was built right at the side, it could have easily have been just gone.
Yeah, but it's actually, we're up on the embankment now, and I'll turn you around in a sec. You might be thinking, like, what was the point in doing this one where there's so few remains? But actually it was a comment on our previous video in Kirkby, where we ended at Kirkby Central, and one of the comments was saying, you know, you need to get down to Mansfield Central, which we will eventually. This is that line. So just off the cuff, we've decided to do sort of 2 walks in a day, and one of them being this little bit of line. So we'll follow this down, see what remains, if anything, and then we'll carry on just to King's Mill Reservoir, where the road into the reservoir is actually, Phil says, on the old track bed, and that's where we'll wend, and then we'll have a trek back to near where we started, but on the Robin Hood line, and then we'll then do that Great Northern one as well, and we'll do 2 videos, and I'll edit them down and put them out over a couple of days. So you can hear the A38. It's busy all the time, that road, isn't it? Constant.
It's rubbish. They made it, and they didn't make it dual, unfortunately, and the result is all the junctions are rubbish.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a bridge. Not sure what it's for or whatever, but...
Who's tossing the coin to go down to the bottom of that?
Oh, go on then, I'll go down.
No, you might not do as well.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I won't film you, don't worry. Does it go all the way through?
Yeah. But you can't get down on the... You can come down with me.
Oh, can you get down here? I will do then, I'll try not to break myself.
Oh, don't go anywhere.
Oh, there's a little coping stone just chucked on the side. Do you know what this was for? Are you local or?
Who knows?
This is a unused, well, somewhere around here, either this one or on top used to be a train track.
Yeah, no, this one was the line, yeah.
So this was underneath of it.
So you can't go anywhere because A38 is blocked off.
Of course, yeah.
You can get out, but we got stuck.
Oh, okay. I won't do that then.
How you can out,
I'll always get stuck. Yeah.
Try as usual.
Blue brick, Great Central. Magic.
Yeah,
There we go.
We're doing that.
What's that?
My chair wheel fell off at work today. There's one there. Look.
I was going to say that ain't got wheels on it either.
Bye.
There we go. Start an eBay store. That was cool. We got a bridge. We got a bridge and a chat with the locals as well, so it was good.
Yeah, what were they doing down there, by the way? It's not even a public footpath, let's be honest. I didn't bother asking. No. Oh well, he knew a bit. He knew a couple of railways back there, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Everyone's a secret train geek, they just don't want to admit it.
They are, they see. It's not just us who go, no, it wasn't easy to get down,
no.
So we're crazy going down there. Well, there you go, there's some members of the public down there, so it's just obviously grown in popularity.
Exactly. She actually sounded genuinely excited when I said there were tracks back there as well.
Oh, she was. Yeah, well, she was being polite.
Okay, so it's only a real short section, and it starts to drop off again, doesn't it then?
Yeah, in a minute, yeah.
And then it's back on the A38.
It's at A38 again.
And then we'll get to King's Mill, and that'll be that. Right, so we've come down like Phil says, it is a bit of an anticlimax really, but where those two trees are that look like a goal, that's where the line came. That Great Central line, straight through there, following this road. Guess straight through what that climbing wall was, and then you say it went straight through underneath the Midland line.
The line's just over there, and it went under it and then shot, skewed to the right over into Mansfield, and there's nothing much to pick up really until you get further into Mansfield.
Okay, so that's that. We walked from Kirkby Central Station, which is where we left the last video. We walked through an infield cutting into Sutton way, but it was a nice walk anyway. We went past Kirkby Pit, Summit Pit. The big pit tip was on the right. That was nice visually, and then we just followed it through. We kind of then had to skip onto the A38 because it's a bit grim, takes over the line, and we had a little look at Sutton Central Station. Again, not much there, but we did get that little embankment. That was something, wasn't it? We got to see a bridge, and those big train enthusiasts underneath there. We're going to walk back now, and we're going to do the Great Northern straight through the Lean Valley up into Skegby. So we're just going to go back to the start again. We'll see you then.
Yeah, see ya.